Good morning everyone, and a very warm welcome back to this new video of the Challenger Mission Impossible, affectionately called that by many. In short, of course, we'll try to do something that can be replicated. Today is the 23rd of July, 1 p.m. in Italy, so about 2.5 hours until the market opens. The situation at the moment is as follows. Yesterday, the market tried to make this downward move with good volume. This is the chart of the micro NQ, but the NQ is exactly the same. After that, there was a very strong and significant recovery, only to remain somewhat firmly anchored just below, let's say, the crucial and important level, indicating a period of consolidation. Yesterday's drop, well, then came the news about Trump, who basically made this deal with Japan. The tariff rate is now set at 15% reciprocally, and this has somewhat lightened the load on the market, which has recovered a bit. At this moment, the price has gone slightly above break-even, moving out of the range, only to probably re-enter it now. Will likely be a test of the highs as usual. I'll come back later and resume this recording to show you the results of this challenge, this experiment I've decided to undertake. So this is the situation this morning. Of course, I received adjustment with the fees, commissions, and so on. The balance is this, 325.83. This is the second day I'll try to make some trades. I don't know if the market will allow it because, as I said, we're working with limited capital, so I'll try to make only the trades I consider most reliable. I could be wrong, but I'll try to select trades just to show you that it's not necessary to make all the trades in just a couple of hours a day. Maybe just those at the open are enough to stay on the right track, to keep learning continuously, to keep growing steadily, which is indeed our ultimate goal. Clearly, I cannot definitively tell you that with this particular kind of capital you can become truly rich. But even with such a relatively small amount, it can still provide us with some valuable operational insights and a profound sense of how we effectively act and react within the dynamic market environment without hurting ourselves too much financially, since we are talking about small, manageable amounts that more or less everyone can comfortably afford and invest. In the end, in my opinion, you get a more realistic idea than if you were using, say, a prop firm or a demo account. So this can definitely be educational, and that's my goal, to show you that even with a small amount of capital you can invest. Don't think that the amounts I've put into this account are meant for you to become rich or to achieve some extraordinary results. These amounts will serve as a measure of your preparation, as a way to gauge your reaction to what happens in the market, to see how you respond. When we talk about money, even if it's a small amount, it's still money, and it will still have a significant impact on our decisions. That's why basically anyone who wants to approach this line of work, I believe it's a good testing ground to try out and assess your own abilities, doing it live with your own real money, so that the feelings, the setbacks, which will definitely happen, stay more vivid, so that they remain there as reminders, serving as lessons for the future when the American markets open, and we'll try to make a few trades. Here we are, guys, just a few minutes left. It's almost 3:25 in Italy, so there are about 5 or 6 minutes until the opening, and let's see what we can do. I've loaded the mini Nasdaq, the micro Nasdaq, also on TradingView. Maybe I'll be able to show you the orders directly from here for convenience, even though, well, I also have MetaTrader open underneath, because since I don't use TradingView that often, it's a bit tricky to manage orders on it. So I'll probably load them from MetaTrader. Anyway, you'll see them. They should also be plotted here. The market is, well, a bit in the Nasdaq, a bit below the lows from where yesterday's move started. It's trying to get back in. It's a different story for the ES, which is already breaking out to the upside. It just broke the highs recorded on Monday of this week. So basically, just like the spike, which could also turn out to be a bull trap, we'll see. Let's wait 5 minutes for the market to open and then decide what to do. The Nasdaq seems to be hitting its head a bit more. Let's put it this way, technically speaking, it hasn't even managed to update these highs, while the ES made a move again, even if it was just a spike and now is retracing exactly like the Nasdaq is doing. Let's see, because it could be the same modus operandi they used yesterday. This is what happened yesterday on the Nasdaq. There was this nice spike upward about 5 minutes before the open. They pushed it down decisively and with volume. We'll see if they use this same approach again today. Sometimes certain trading patterns tend to repeat themselves, so we need to consider this possibility as well. All right, here we are 1 minute to the open. So if it goes to test the HV, which is also the weekly HV on the Nasdaq, I'll definitely try a long position, 220 area. Here it is, you can see it, or at least you should be able to see it. I've placed this little order, and that's exactly where we'll also set the stop. Let's say about 15 points, 15, 16 points. Okay, here we go, we're in right away. A sharp downward push. Let's see if they come to fill our order. Nope, it hit exactly 26. Maybe they'll get us now. No, they didn't get us. By a hair, really just by a hair, they didn't get us. Maybe on the third or fourth try there we go, wherein probably they want to break through, just like it's happening now. Maybe we're safe. If we go back above 2.20 now, then okay. Otherwise, no, they're doing the same thing as yesterday. Stop trigger. Let's see if they find a new equilibrium point lower down. We should have listened to the contrarian. What a great move. A nice clean out. Go and hit the sweet spot. BC3 could have been our good entry point. Exactly the same modus operandi. Guys, I'm considering whether to get back in with a long or wait maybe for a retest. If it doesn't go further, 2.11 obviously, it's making a bit of a recovery. They went to hit exactly SD0, the other side of the range. Maybe that would have been the best entry. I thought they'd stop halfway, but right now I'd like to try a short. Jumped in quickly with a short. We have about, regarding the precise stop point, which is currently positioned at 2.07, we will meticulously adjust and set it at either 2.18 or 2.20. This careful calibration is essential for optimizing performance and ensuring the desired outcome, providing a more refined and accurate operational parameter for the system. The decision between 2.18 and 2.20 will depend on further fine-tuning and specific operational requirements, allowing for a flexible yet precise adjustment to achieve optimal results. A slow connection is making me see prices with a delay because this connection is open. Unfortunately, it's a bit tricky. A few more stop points. No, they got us. Maybe I should have waited. This was the moment to short. Let's go short again. So a few wrong trades. Our stop is right here now at this very moment. Let's say if they break these eyes again, our stop is here. If they break these eyes here. So basically it means the trade is wrong once again. We've paid the price. We'll pay the price for this trading range. I didn't read it correctly. Obviously, if it goes above 2.26, we're pretty much done for. That's the level it must not cross. And now it should go, basically it should stretch out a bit. This candlestick body basically should at least reach this area around 200. Once again, if it doesn't get there, we'll close. The trade is immediately bought back in this area to help the trade. Now another stop is likely to be triggered. I'm still here, guys. I was just replying to the chat. Our order is still there. You don't see the stop loss here because when I place orders from MetaTrader, I'll show you. Here it is, the sell order. This is the stop loss, the red line. I'm hoping for a take profit. Here basically 170, 175. Of course, if it doesn't break now, because it could just linger here and recover the upper range, because after all there's a bullish push. Let's see if they give us this gift, maybe by making a slightly lower low at the 200. But if they stay above here, they'll catch us right away. With a bit of trading range, without much movement, this candle fooled me a bit, honestly. I was expecting a continuation. Maybe it'll work out for us if it now breaks the previous candle, which, yes, good, exactly. Now, okay, and obviously we protect ourselves. No, actually they're coming back at us. So we just set ourselves right. Above price, we had gone up 30, just by chance. If you don't take them home, maybe we'll get away with it. I have to try to preserve. I could even close the position to reduce the loss a bit, which is about $67. I'm counting on this move to continue. If they don't go back to retest the level where we entered, which, well, I protected by a few points because of the commissions, we have to wait and hope. It's not wrong to hope. We could also exit the trade. No one is forcing us to stay in, but I see there's someone also on S, basically just striking. Now, the Nasdaq could accelerate if not at 200, there could be an acceleration. Maybe we'll go and test the lows recorded yesterday. Nothing to do. They just can't break through 200. Probably now the trade will help us out. You might ask why I don't close it well. I like working this way. At this point, I don't need to optimize. I just need to try to recover. Exiting and then re-entering isn't convenient when working with micros because the commissions have an impact. That's why I protected it just enough to cover them a bit of strength. Now we need to break through 210 again. We're at 207. At the very least, we need to break through again. Come on. Let's go test 190. Come on, down to 190. Then there could definitely be another bounce, but I don't see any further strength in the drop. The momentum is kind of running out. They can manage to set a new low compared to the previous one. Obviously, I'm talking about this low. Come on, let's go. Yes, we're breaking through the BC3 level 2, which is this blue line from the regular trading hour. We can take another little ride here with a bit of volume. Let's say that now we'll play it safe. I've moved the stop forward above this high, above this low at 215.75. They're still following me, so we're moving forward. He moved the stop up to 203. Now we are getting much closer to our objective and we are going to protect most of the profit. Let's set it and ensure everything is properly established. I've moved it. Let me show you if I can in time. I've moved the stop here. I'm following with a manual trailing stop. We could also exit here and take home a few points. Maybe they'll give us a few more. We're moving with a manual trailing stop. Okay, we could also exit. Let's exit at this level, which is SD1. I'm expecting a rebound. Maybe it won't happen, but anyway, we've recovered. That was one of my targets. We've recovered. For now, we're still in the game. On the day, about $50, $44 to be exact. Anyway, let me show you. Oops. Let me show you $44. We closed the trade with a profit of $112.50. We closed it a bit prematurely because there was a rebound. Maybe now there could be a little bounce up to, well, 2,394. So we missed out. But part of the profit made, I mean, this allowed us to recover the two previous losses and basically to bring us into profit for the day. Now let's see if we can do something else. Let's see if there's still bearish pressure. We always keep a very close eye on the overall volume pressure as well, which definitely gives us some significant and valuable indications. Let's say we made a very tight trade because I repeat, the capital was limited after taking two stops. Anyway, I'll show them to you again here so you can see for yourselves. Here it is. This basically is the summary of the day. We took these two stops, but fortunately with this trade, which is basically a 1 to 4 compared to a 1 to 3, compared to the losses. So with just one winning trade, we managed to recover, but maybe I entered this sell a bit too early. It should have hit where I made the second one, more or less. This one was a bit rushed on my part, but it was still worth a try. With a bit more margin available, I could have set the stop directly above the level. Here, the price went back to retest exactly 194, so the decision and timing to exit at the first available target was excellent. That's where, obviously, all the buyers who wanted to push the price down from this level could have been waiting. Every day, I'll try to make a video like this with some insights, and we'll see in the end where we end up once everything is tallied. Thank you all. Of course, if I find some other ideas later, I'll make some more trades, maybe even on this account, but I'm not sure if I manage to find the time, I'll do it. Thank you all for your attention, also for this one. See you in the next one.